Time now for the morning rush. An Albuquerque bishop accused of sexual assault still on the job as a church leader. This despite the federal court ruling that he owes $750,000 to a Texas woman who says he sexually assaulted her when she was a teen. That was 20 years ago. In the suit, Kimberly Pollard claims video and text messages prove it. Bishop Lakeith denies the claims. Kristen.
Rain and snow moving in over the northwest through the day today. We're looking at mostly rain in the lower elevation, snow above 8,000 feet. We do look to see very heavy snowfall above 10,000 feet up towards the San Juans of northern New Mexico. But as far as Albuquerque, spot rain showers later this evening. These showers will hug the mountain areas for your Friday. David?
Police in Socorro will likely ramp up their search for the suspect involved in an officer-involved shooting. State police say a driver first gave Socorro officers a fake ID, then began leading the officers on a wild chase. Police say that he ditched the car and stole a City of Socorro truck. Investigators say one officer fired off shots during a chase. It's unclear if the suspect was hit.
Investigators say a convicted killer is ready to share more about his victims. We're waiting to find out if that could include a woman he says he killed in Albuquerque. Samuel Little is serving multiple life sentences and confessed to 90 murders nationwide. The FBI recently released 16 sketches drawn by Little of the 60 unidentified victims. None of them are said to be the woman from Albuquerque that he murdered in 1974.
Prosecutors say they need more time to put the case together against an Albuquerque attorney accused of assaulting a client. Right now, the charges have been dropped against attorney Mary Schmidt-Nawara, but prosecutors say they plan on refiling those charges. Schmidt-Nawara is accused of pointing a gun at her client and then pulling the trigger.
We're looking ahead for you. Tomorrow, a judge is expected to hand down the sentence for Nathaniel Jewett, the teen who killed 2 librarians in Clovis back in 2017. Jewett took the stand for the first time yesterday, apologizing for the pain he put the families through. The state is asking for 96 years. The defense is asking for 20.
APD says that it plans to ask state lawmakers for funding to help pay for 35 more patrol cars. This as the department faces a shortage in patrol units. Along with higher pay, one of the perks officers are promised as part of an incentive program is a take-home unit. Now, the last 2 academy classes produced 60 officers. If APD gets those 35 cars for them, they would still be down about 25 new cars for officers.
As Congress convenes today, they could vote on a bill to fund the government avoiding another government shutdown. The deadline is tomorrow night. Last night, the House introduced the bill that includes nearly $1.4 billion for fencing along the Mexican border. It also includes more than $1 billion in other border funding. The president is likely to sign this bill.
A bill to keep someone who may be suicidal or violent from having a gun is now in the hands of the full Senate after passing the House. House Bill 83 would allow a district court to issue an emergency order forcing a person who poses an immediate danger to surrender their firearms to law enforcement. A court would then have to decide if the order should be extended for a year.
Looking ahead for you, the full House could soon vote on a bill that would allow doctors to help terminally ill patients end their lives in New Mexico. The bill was tweaked by the House Judiciary Committee before being passed. The changes include having a physician sign off on the decision. It will be up to voters in November to decide on a new initiative to help the homeless. The city signed an agreement with UNM Hospital to create a homeless resource center that would be open 24 hours a day and help people find more permanent housing. Voters will decide whether to approve a city bond to fund it.
More of your tax dollars could be going soon to Bernalillo County for a $53 million renovation project. Bernalillo County commissioners are consolidating their 6 buildings into one downtown location, but they say that the renovations are costing more than they originally thought. Funding would be coming from bonds and a surplus in the general fund. Kristen.
Keep the umbrella within arm's reach today. Our Metro Threat Index at a 4 with some showers likely later on this evening. That will be in the form of rain here in Albuquerque. Until then, a mostly cloudy sky with temperatures topping out in the 50s. Crystal?
Today, if you have some free time, you can watch a new docu-series highlighting New Mexico nonprofits. Meow Wolf is featuring 10 different New Mexico nonprofits through their Community Voices docu-series. The first episode focuses on Moving Arts Española. That's a nonprofit dedicated to helping youth through the art collaborative.
Happening today, dozens of couples will be heading to the courthouse to tie the knot. For the 19th year, Metro Court will be holding Wedding Central. Judges will be taking a break from their court cases to wed couples for free. Walk-ins are also welcome and will be seen on a first-come, first-served basis. And of course, you must be bringing your marriage license with you, and it's happening today from 10 until 3.
All right, some not so good news for local singles on this Valentine's Day. A new study ranking the best places for those looking for love puts New Mexico close to the bottom at 41. Wallet Hub looked at 28 different factors of dating friendliness, including number of singles in the area, movie cost, and nightlife options per capita.
I knew it. The city is clarifying how to use a traffic signal in the area of Central and Eubank. Drivers say the signal is a little bit confusing. Now, the two turn lanes from westbound Central onto southbound Eubank are supposed to move traffic quickly so that drivers can get onto Kirtland Air Force Base faster. Now, the city says the second turn lane to go straight should only be used after rush hour. Kristen.
Time now for a check on that Thursday morning commute. The good news is not seeing anything major popping up on the maps when it comes to accidents. Just early volume, Paseo westbound near 2nd Street in the Big I looks good.
All right, finally this morning, new at 6, new details now emerging about the upcoming Breaking Bad movie. The Hollywood Reporter says it will be a sequel revolving around Aaron Paul's character, Jesse Pinkman. They say it debuts on Netflix and moves to AMC. Not known whether Bryan Cranston will return as Walter White just yet, but the actor says he is definitely interested. So far, no word on an exact release date. Of course, we'll be watching for you. We'll let you know when they do release that information.
You got your homework cut out for you.
I
Breaking
do.
Bad Marathon.
All right, we are taking you back more than 120 years ago on this day in 1893. It was a snowy Valentine's Day for southern New Mexico, with New Mexico State University picking up 7 inches of snow. That was, again, on this day back in 1893. We take you now to the 5 facts.
And we start with number 5 here. This morning, dozens of couples are ready to mark Valentine's Day as their anniversary. For the 19th year, the Bernalillo County Metro Court is holding its popular Wedding Central. Starts at 10 o'clock this morning. Judges will take a break from their court cases, which often involve crime, to wed couples for free. Metro Court officials say more than 100 people are on the schedule. Still, judges say they treat each wedding as if it were the only couple tying the knot.
At number 4, Albuquerque police say that they will soon reach out to lawmakers to help fund more patrol cars. Their incentive program to lure in more officers is apparently working, and they're running short on cars now because of it. The program promised perks to include higher pay and a take-home vehicle. The last 2 academy classes produced 60 officers who are now training in the field. APD's ordered 35 new cars that the department hopes will be here by April. That still leaves around 25 officers without a unit. We'll let you know if the department gets their funding.
At number 3, our first of 3 storms in a series moves in today. Rain and snow likely over the north and west. Albuquerque, some spot rain showers possible. That will come in later this evening. Temperatures mild in the 50s. More wind across the east today. Everybody else gets that Friday, Saturday. Stronger storm moves in by early next week.
At number 2 this morning, the suspect involved in an officer-involved shooting in Socorro is still on the run. Now, new video is being released that will likely be used in the case against him. State police say Socorro officers pulled the suspect over on January 27th. He first gave a fake identity, then took off, leading officers on a wild chase, even stealing a City of Socorro truck. Now, during the pursuit, police say 1 officer fired off shots. It's unclear if the suspect was hit.
Number 1 now in Albuquerque, bishop accused of being a predator will return to work this morning. He's still on the job as a church leader, despite a federal court ruling that he owes $750,000 to a Texas woman who says he sexually assaulted her when she was a teen. We first told you about the civil lawsuit against Bishop James Lakeith Jones of the Church of God in Christ, or COGIC. This was back in 2016. Texas native Kimberly Pollard is behind the suit, claiming the bishop sexually assaulted her some 20 years ago and that she has video and text messages to prove it. Bishop Lakeith denies the claims. He also denied an interview with us. If you want to read his statement, go to our website. That's always on KRQE.com.